Hey friends, my name is Lauren Leavell, and today we are going to be doing some side planks. If you feel like you've never been able to do a side plank or you've always struggled, you don't know if you're doing it right, we're going to go over a couple of different variations that may serve your body better than doing it like everybody else you've seen do it. Today, I'm going to be using the wall, I'm going to use a mat on the floor, and then I'm going to use a chair. You could use different props if you want them, but this is just where I'm going to be demoing from. Additionally, if you need extra padding, grab a pillow, grab another mat, grab whatever makes you feel comfortable doing these side planks. If you're like, I don't know yet, grab that too. These are specifically demos. They are not actual exercises that we're doing together. I mean, you can do them with me and you will feel them, but we're not going through a full circuit here. So you can watch and learn. One option for not doing your planks down on the floor, specifically we're talking about side planks, but we could talk about regular planks too, is using the wall or using a wall. I'm gonna use this and I'm not gonna move this basket only because I don't need to be up on this wall. I don't actually want the inside of my body sagging down. That's part of what the plank is. I'm gonna be holding my core braced and strong. So I'm gonna put my hand here and then walk my feet away, coming to the outside blade of my foot and then lifting up here. This is your side plank from the wall. You're thinking long from the top of your head to your toes, breathing here. Inhale and exhale. If this starts drooping down, we got to really pick it up. Belly engaged, squared hips, squared shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back in. The second variation here is going to be hand here, walk it away as far as you can. Get that angle going from the top of your head to your feet, and then come here and lift your top leg. I just really love the way this looks, and it changes your balance. It changes where your body is in space. It makes you a little bit more stretched here. You're really getting the core activation here. Again, not letting our hip drop. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One benefit of having the wall is that number one, it's pretty sturdy. You're up pretty high. So a lot of the pressure that would go on your body when you're doing this from the floor is not actually there when you're doing this from the wall. Doesn't mean that there's no pressure, doesn't mean that your core isn't engaging. It's just a little bit of a different variation to help you out so you're not feeling that completely in your upper body. One thing to note is to make sure your shoulders are not riding up like this, because it could be really tempting if your hand is up too high or if it's down too low, you're gonna wobble. We wanna really find a good level, preferably straight out from your shoulder here, maybe even a little lower. You just don't want to be up here. Another great option for side planks is using something like a chair, a desk, a couch, the side of your bed, something that is elevated off of the floor, but not as straight up and down as a wall would be. So I'm going to use this chair and I have it pushed all the way so it doesn't move. You do want to make sure that whatever you're doing this on is secure. So when you get into that side plank, you can really focus on the move and not whatever you're using moving. I also have a heavy set of weights here. This is like hundreds of pounds. So this is a great place to side plank from as well. So if you have something that's really heavy and grounded, that could be good for making sure it doesn't move. I'm gonna start with our first one. You're gonna bring your hand to your chair, your couch, wherever your surface is, bring it down. You wanna open up and then walk your feet away. So I'm coming to the outside blade of my foot. I'm stacking my shoulders, rolling my shoulders down my back. This is extra. Your hand can come here, it can come at your side, but I like this to see how big I can make this. And I'm holding everything together. I'm squeezing my thighs. My belly button is forward. My hips are squared. My shoulders are squared. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Get out of it as gracefully as possible. Shake it out, and we're gonna go to the next variation. Next variation on a chair, on the side of the couch, whatever you're doing here is gonna be really similar, except we're gonna lift off the top leg. So we're gonna add a little balance element. Hand comes down, just the same way you got into it before. Stack your shoulders, walk it away. You're here. And then you're lifting the top leg, same thing, shoulder stacked, hip stacked. If you're moving around like this, you probably want to bring your leg back in. But if you're here, point your toes, lift, lift, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. The reason we are using an elevated surface is because coming down to the floor and putting body weight on your hand or wrist like this can be a lot. I don't like doing that. I like doing a forearm plank from the floor because of that. Same from the wall. You could use the distance or you can use your forearm, but I think with this level, it's okay to come down to hand and wrist just like this. We're gonna start with our knees down in our side plank and our forearm down. So you're gonna come down to your mat. You can lay all the way down. Some people find this easier to lay down and pick up. It doesn't really matter either way. So lay down here, your palm can be flat, you can make a soft fist. Shoulders are stacked. And actually this is the first variation. You might be thinking, Lauren, what are we even doing here? Well, if I was chilling and relaxed and wasn't engaged, I would look like this. So this actually is engaging my core, engaging my obliques on the side, my hips are squared, my shoulders are squared, and I'm lifting this top arm. That's version 1. The second one, if you're like, I'm totally fine with version 1, I can do that. I feel like, I can move up to the other version of this. You're gonna come here just like you did for that one, and you're gonna lift your hip up off of the floor. So it's very, very, very similar. Stacked shoulders, stacked hips. We don't want our belly button up towards the sky, but we don't want it down towards the floor. Hips are even here, and you hold right here. Lifting up, shoulders roll down your back, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, bring it down. We actually have 2 more knee variations here, so they all kind of start the same. You're gonna come down to your forearm, do what you just did. You're here, stacked, lift it up, and then maybe lift your top foot up here, pointing your toes. Again, I'm swiveled open here. Hips are squared, toes are pointed, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, bring it down. The best part about all of these planks is that they build on one another. So if you can do the first one and you want to test out the second one, it's just going to build up. So you will have that foundation. We have one more with the knee, but it's a little bit different, okay? Stay with me. We're gonna come here down to our forearm, shoulders roll down your back. We're gonna lift up here, step this foot forward, our knee is down, and then we're gonna float that back leg. Yeah, so it's still with the extra support, but your front foot is now supporting, pushing up instead of your knee. I know I called it a knee version, but whatever, you got this. Shoulders stacked, hips stacked, 3, 2, and 1, lay it down. Whew. All right, friends, we're here. We're at the end of the road. We're gonna do regular side planks now, okay? Just like we laid that foundation when we did our knee down side planks on the floor. We're coming down, coming to our forearm, stacking here. It's all the same process. Stacked here, hips are squared, belly button is forward, and we're gonna lift it up just like this. Maybe lifting the hand up. Forearms are down, everything stacked here, belly engaged, breathe, shoulders roll away from your ears, hold. Inhale and exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gracefully. Honestly, if you're good with patterns, you probably know what's coming next, right? Okay, yes, we are gonna lift the top foot in our plank. Come down to the forearm. If you wanna bring extra padding, if you wanna grab a block, always welcome. I'm not demoing with that today, but they're always welcome. You're here, stacked shoulders, stacked hips, pick it up. You're picking everything up by engaging your core here, and then lifting your top leg, hold. Shoulders roll down your back, point your toes if you can. You can lower it a little bit. It doesn't have to be all the way lifted. Your thighs are engaged for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gracefully bring it down. Shake it all out. It's me. I'm gonna throw in a bonus. 2 bonuses, okay? If you're just like, okay, I've made it through this whole thing. I've been practicing my side planks. I need a little bit more. I got you. Here we go. First one is gonna be our hip tap, okay? So you're gonna start down, pick it up, tap, tap. Yes, 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, squeeze, 4, squeeze your glutes, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Not easy at all. Our final one here is gonna be an open and close plank. So you're gonna come down, do everything all over again. Again, if you need extra padding, because I'm starting to feel this just from demoing, if you want more padding, either add an extra mat or grab a pillow, grab something. You can also, which I might do for this, roll up your mat so it gives you more mat. We're gonna lift, stack your shoulders, stack your hips, reach under, open up, reach, open up. My hips do move and my shoulders do move for this. So it's a little bit different than some of the other ones we've been doing. Yes. For 2 and 1. Bring it down. Those are some versions of side plank. Everybody is going to be different. So What works for me may not work for you. If you have other side planks that you love to do, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Let me know. Otherwise,